Becca, you have 45 seconds. It's all yours.
I think every agency feels like they don't get paid enough. And I think every client thinks they pay too much and not for the value that they receive. And I think the agency model is broken and it needs to be fixed and it needs to be more agile. When clients look for agencies, they vet and they say, I want to see the team that is actually going to do the work. Because you leadership people, I'm never going to see you again. So I want to see the real team. And then the agency goes back and scrambles to do a statement of work that's filled with junior people and people that have empty utilization. And then they think, well, we still got to get the rate down, so let's take us out and we'll be pro bono. The leadership will be pro bono. Not a good recipe. Flip that on its head. CMOs have 24 months to make a mark in their jobs, and they need serious help building their business and thought leadership. Why don't they vet the leadership and the seasoned executives from the agencies and decide on that agency when there's that leadership group, demand that they work on their business, pay for it, and let the agency pull together a model that's very different, that's fractionalized, it's better for an agency. They can decide.
And you're up. Awesome. You're open.
That was fast.
She's got great shoes, but she's wordy. So I think there's a model that is one ring to rule them all. And I think our poor CMOs have gotten down a path where the amount of work that they have to do to manage one business is tough enough, but to manage 7 and 8 of us all fighting over data that we're making up to prove our own points is brutal to their business model, and I believe that fit and trust is where it should be at. I think they need to hold their big agencies responsible to not just be great tactically. We should all know what search means, but more importantly, we should be business partners. And I know that's an overused expression, but if we're not strategic with them, if we don't have a cultural fit with them, then I think their job becomes difficult, if not impossible, to succeed.
What say you?
I say that it doesn't have to be under one roof. I think there should be a lead agency model, and that agency should decide how to curate the proper team, whether it's a freelancer, whether it's full-time, part-time, or another agency. White label another agency. Clients aren't babysitters. They need one group of strong leaders.
Eric?
I don't disagree, but I would question whether we can go ahead and hold our agencies responsible to make those hires in-house. Hold them responsible to have not only a strong leadership team, but to actually have an agile model in-house, one that pivots, one that does not get sucked down the tactic path, and one that actually is thinking customer-focused every single day. And that being said, I'd partner with you if I had needed to.
Would you give me back 15 seconds?
Possibly.
All right, I like the back and forth. Okay. Who's got the first question? I think Ashley has the first question.
All right, here we go. First of all, I think you should win on your shoes alone.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Thank you.
everybody see the shoes.
They're absolutely fabulous.
It was a play.
See the shoes. Show them the shoes.
But here's
come
the
on,
thing.
right?
Oh, those are cool shoes too.
Yeah, there's shoe against shoe here. Yeah, I mean, this is big.
Okay.
Not as cool.
All right.
I mean, they're not Louboutins, but...
So here's the thing. You guys come in and you pitch to us and say your customer experiences are broken and we're going to fix your customer experience issues. But you guys are supposed to be serving us, the marketing organizations and the CMOs, and we still have an enormous amount of pain and friction associated with the experiences tied to working with agencies. So which of these models are going to fix our pain points?
Who wants to take that one first? You do, because you had words coming out of your mouth.
I don't say anything in 45 seconds. I think an agile model has to, because talent has no zip codes, and great ideas from different zip codes means endless opportunities. And if you are contained to a geography or a building or a real estate, you can't get the best thinking to help you do that.
Eric?
I think it's brutal to get multiple...
Turn around.
But she's the potential client. I think it's... I mean, honestly, I'll just go... I think it's brutal to get one company to care about you to that level of depth. I think it's nearly impossible to get multiple agencies thinking for you in that regard. So I go back to, I think an old-fashioned single model doesn't work, and I think it was driven by traditional media, but I think a model that is agile in itself within one company that's paying attention to you is the winner.
All right. Who else has a question? Oh, there's one right now.
So an agency is as smart and effective as the individual brains that form that agency. So how you ensure your clients that you have the best brains for their account and is agency agnostic, because that's what we want.
Go ahead.
I think with an agile model, you have the ability to switch and pivot when a client's business needs to switch and pivot. So you can curate teams based on the need and based on whatever your business challenge is. And you have, as opposed to, I have this huge AOR, I just signed a 3-year contract, and suddenly the team is stale. Now what do I do? With an agile model, you can switch it up and you can allow the agency to move very quickly.
I think you need to hold your agency accountable to be curious. And I think that's how they stay alive with you. And I think it's whether it's quarterly business reviews, monthly, but I think you need to be making sure that the people they're sending on your account are the same professionals that originally pitched you, so that that curiosity stays at the highest level, takes care of you, thinks about you. And again, I think that can be diluted when dealing with multiple partners.
All right. 10 minutes. It's a fast 10 minutes. Everybody take out their phones. You should be ready to vote.
I want them to see it.
Becca Wegman is the winner. Yay!